This is a marble run that I bought on Amazon, and I think I put the link in the description this time so Tom doesn't have to drop that link over and over again. And I bought this inexpensive marble run. It was the most inexpensive marble run that I could find online that looked halfway decent. And then I got the water beads, and I already had water beads. A lot of you probably have water beads, right? But I realized right away that the little beads, the little water beads, the normal size that you would get, the tiny ones, they don't go down the marble run. They just clump up because they're too small. So I got the medium size water beads. And if you add a little bit of water to your marble run, then you're going to have more success with this. So when I posted the video, there were people saying that their water beads got stuck or they clumped up. And so the solution to that is simply to use the larger water beads, not the jumbo ones that fit in your whole hand like a tennis ball, not those, but the ones that are closer in size to a marble. Does that make sense? Yeah, so when you use those, they're more likely to act like a marble does, so on the marble run. And then I keep these, or I keep this marble run in a big giant plastic tub. The deeper the better, okay? Because these little suckers bounce, okay? There's no lie. If you don't like super fun and engaging activities that can get a little messy, because these do bounce and they might end up on the floor, then maybe this one isn't for you. But you can always take it outside if you have good weather. You have a plastic tub, you'll see mine here in a second, and you can put your marble run in there. My marble run isn't that big, and a bucket of water and your water beads, and let them have at it out there. Just know that if you do it in the classroom, they're probably going to bounce out and they're probably going to get on the floor. So if you have carpet, that might be something you want to think about. But it is super fun, okay? And it's not just fun for preschoolers, and it's not just fun for kindergarten. It's fun for everybody. I had a blast with this. I used this with older kids too, and they just love it. And when you add the water aspect, it becomes absolutely like riveting for all children. I mean, they're just enthralled. As far as putting the marble run together goes, that's going to be something you'll have to determine based on your students and their abilities. I found the marble run extremely challenging to put together, but I don't have that scientific type of a brain. So you're going to have to decide if that's something you want the kids to help with or not. I had first graders help me with this, and it was still frustrating for us. So that might be something you want to do before they come in. And also you can make it simple. Like, I'll show you the box that mine came in. So mine came in a box, and it says like there's 100 pieces or something like that. And it was larger than it needed to be, so you can take some pieces out and make it more simple and easier for the kids. And I will say the taller it is, the more gravity plays in your favor. So it will draw the water beads down more quickly. So if your marble run isn't steep enough or tall enough, then you might have those clumping problems. And we'll probably see some instances of that tonight, because I don't think we built ours tall enough the first time, and I kind of reconfigured it a couple times to get some pieces taller. But you'll have to play with it and think of all the learning opportunities your kids will have with something like this that's super engaging. So it's STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, and math. We definitely engineered the heck out of this because we had to think and rethink and trial and error to get this thing to work. And so there's lots of engineering involved in there. And of course, the science of gravity, right? And the science of water. And then of course, the water beads bounce like crazy. There's more science there, so there's just so many opportunities. And of course, one of the things we did when we were playing with it was I noticed that some children were shoving the water beads down into the holes as fast as they could. They just wanted to see those suckers fly down the thing. And so I was like, well, let's count them one at a time because that really helped with the flow of the beads and not getting them squashed inside the tube. And they would count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we had math going on, right? And then we would see, well, what if I dropped them a little more quickly? And then of course there's the fine motor that's involved. You have to pick up those little water beads, and you have to do with the turkey baster. Let me hold up the turkey baster here. So this is my turkey baster that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I have a bucket of water here, and the children can squeeze the bulb on the turkey baster, right? And then they can squirt the water down the marble run, and that kind of helps the water beads, in this case, go down. So I'm going to turn the camera around now, and I'm going to show you how it looks in action. So it's a great opportunity for problem solving too, because if they're shoving them down the tubes and they're getting squashed, that's a problem solving. Well, why is that happening? I wonder why. So it's problem solving as well. So it's great for persistence, because I found that my kids, they really wanted to see how fast they could get them down the marble run. They wanted to get them down without bouncing them out on the floor, because they knew the more that bounced out on the floor, the less they would have to play with, right? So there's cause and effect there too. Yeah, squishing them is fun too, but they realize when they squish them that they don't go down the marble run anymore. So that was the motivation not to squish them. Now, if your kids are really little and they're still putting things in their mouths, or they have special needs and they put things in their mouths, then this probably isn't the right activity for you. Or you want to buy a really large marble run. I did see a few that were really large that took like golf ball size, like ping pong balls or whatever inside. And those were way more expensive though. So they did have some toddler type water runs on Amazon if you want to check those out. This one is going to be for your kids who don't mouth things anymore. So bear with me for a second while I flip the screen around. You're going to see my ceiling fan for a second there. And let's see. Now it's going to, hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now, oops. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Let me take this tripod out of the way. Okay, so here is my marble run. And like I said, it is configured in this way, but all the little pieces come apart. Okay, so do you see how the little pieces come off there? And they go together. So they're kind of like any kind of, oops, let me get my microphone out of the water. They're kind of like any other building activity or building set that you might have in your classroom. I'm going to push it up just a little bit. Let me know. Well, thank you, Angel. Let me know if you can see the screen, and I will start throwing some of these little guys down there. So just, you know, it has all these fancy little pieces. You don't need all the fancy ones with the little kids. So do you see how this one's kind of hesitating? So what I like to do is, or what the kids like to do, I should say, is you put them in here and then you squirt them down with the water. And this kind of gets them going. And do you see how some of them are bouncing over there and some of them are bouncing over here. But I have a nice big tub, so I don't really have to, so the water facilitates them moving down the little waterways here. Let's put some over here. And let me get some more water. Oh, look, and did you see that over here? Let me move that over so you can see it. This thing is super cool. This thing, if you don't use water, it tends to get stuck a little bit. So, okay, now I'm just having fun. So you guys are gonna have to tell me. See, now they got stuck a little bit. So the water helps get them down there we go. And do you see how it moves this thing over here, this little wheel, right? So you've got water play in there. You've got all kinds of cool stuff. I think this marble run was about $20. And if you have Amazon Prime, of course, you get the free shipping. And that was one of the cheapest ones I could find that I trusted. I saw the reviews on it and stuff, and I felt like that one was one that would work for me and what I needed it to work for. But you make your own choices on what marble run you want to use. See, that's what my kids really like, is they like to watch the water wheel right here. But with just the water, it doesn't do anything. You have to have the marbles to trigger the little wheel. So they would just sit here for an hour if I let them and just squirt the water down there and see how fast they could get this thing to turn. And I'm using a rather deep, in my opinion, deep tub, so the beads, the water beads, don't they will bounce when they hit the bottom. So yeah, isn't this cool? Yes, absolutely. Let me see. Can you see this one over here? Oh, maybe my hand blocked that one. Let me try it with another angle here. But this, they like to look at this one too, because it has little, let me put these in there. Did you see that these little things go? So they just sit there and put them in fist after fistful and stick them in, and they just absolutely had a blast with this. I only brought out a few beads tonight, just because I know you don't want to sit here and watch me play with beads. You'd much rather try it out in your own classroom. But I swear it is so fun. And if you squirt the water too fast, then they don't make it all the way down here to the very bottom. They start to bounce out, and they bounce out like right about there, which is great because my tub is about this high too. So when they bounce, they don't fall on the floor. So far tonight I haven't got any on the floor. So that is definitely an improvement from when the kids did it. So anyway, you can see how super fun that is. Let me see what the questions are, if we have any so far. My daughter Kelsey thinks this is so cool. We can't wait to try it. Oh, that's cool, Lauren. How old is Kelsey? I work with 2.5-year-olds, and water beads are awesome, says Kate. That's great. Hey, Sharon. Water beads are awesome, says Shannon. Hey, Maria from LA, welcome. Jenny in Arizona. Anne Marie is here. You guys, if you know anybody, hey, Saris, welcome. If you know anybody who you think might like these ideas, go ahead and tag them. And I'm also looking on Tom's phone right now at the comments, and I just saw a little pop-up here. It says, get notified when Pre-K Pages goes live next. It's a little light bulb. And so I just clicked on that, and that way you'll get notifications whenever I'm live. She is 7, says Lauren. That's awesome. Yes. I did this with some 7-year-olds this weekend, and they absolutely were enthralled by it. So yeah. So definitely make sure you sign up to get those notifications so you know when I'm live. I forgot to send out the Facebook message tonight. There's always something, right, that you forget at the end of the day. And that, for me tonight, that was the Facebook message. And there's also a little pop-up here in the comments that says, have friends who should see this video, share it with them. And there's a little share button in there. That's kind of cool. I've never looked at it from another person's phone before. So well, that's pretty cool. So let me know what questions you have about the, hey, Devaney, have you tried this with your kiddos yet? That is so cool. The turkey baster, that's my fave. Let's see what happens here. I'm right-handed, so it's a little tricky. Whoa. This one had a little wheel on it, and I found that the marbles got stuck in that wheel. And since it's the type of thing that you take apart, you know, and put together, I just took the wheel off of that one. I don't know why. I think it might have to do with the angle or the force of the height. You know, I'm not an engineer. I didn't have STEM when I was in school, but I think it has something to do with the height or the force that the water is coming. Well, it comes down from here, but it would get stuck in that one. So that's the good thing about it. You can take them off. And like this thing here, I don't know what that does. It's supposed to kind of hold the marble in place or something, but it didn't really do much for us, and we couldn't figure it out. So my kids were like, let's put it on this way, and then just leave it there. It doesn't do anything for us, but they really like to watch them go down here, and to watch the marbles or the water beads go down here and see them come down, and you can see how they gather at the bottom like this. So you don't need huge amounts of water. And I don't set it in water to start with. Just know that the longer, do you see how they're starting to grow? The more they sit in this water in the bottom, the more they'll start to grow and they get kind of fuzzy and stuff. So just be careful that you scoop them out. You can get like a slotted spoon and you can scoop them out of the water and put them back in another bucket, or even like a colander, because these are, do you see how big those are? This is what I mean by like medium size, like not the little itty bitty ones. Right? You have to let them get to this marble size. And it, you know, they grow according to how long you leave them in the water. So that has something to do with it too. But try to get your marbles or your beads out of here so they don't just sit and then keep growing, and we don't want them to grow so big that they can't go through the tubes anymore. And look at all this fine motor practice. As the kids have to pick up these beads, you have to pick them up with a certain hand strength, because if you pick them up too hard, right, they will squish, as we know. And if you don't grip them enough, they just bounce away. They're super bouncy. So as they're picking them up, this is excellent fine motor practice. So like when it was time to put these away, I was like, okay, we need to put all the beads away now so that we can play with it again tomorrow. And what will happen if we don't put the beads away? And they're like, they're going to get all mushy, or they're going to dry out, or, you know, whatever. And then they really scoured the room for these things. I swear, I don't think we lost a bead. Maybe a couple got stepped on, but we didn't really lose any beads. I was quite impressed at the care that they gave to the beads. They knew that this was so fun. They were highly motivated. Now, I wouldn't just stick this out at a center and just let them have at it. Like, I would introduce this to them, and we would maybe do it together, you know, for a little bit. Like, I would gather them around and we would do it together. And then maybe I would let them do it on their own based on how they did with me. And that way I'm going to prevent any potential problems from happening before they happen, right? Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around again if I can remember how, now that my hands are all wet. There we go. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see. Connie says that she you did this today or this week. That's cool. Clean them all up today to get ready for the next activity. Did they enjoy it, Connie? Did your kids like it as much as mine did? Yeah, it's super cool. My fingers are all wet and I can't move the screen. Hey, Andrea's here. Andrea from the Teaching Tribe. Donna here, new member to the Teaching Tribe. Welcome, Donna. I'm looking down at Tom's phone to see the comments because I have these glasses now and I can't see. I love all the fun pieces that go with your marble run. Mine is very simple. I think that simpler might be better in some cases because it was kind of a pain to put together. But I like it because it's translucent, so they can actually see the beads go down, right? They see the beads go down through the tubes, right? And let me put you back up here. There we go. They see the beads go through the tubes, and it's colorful, it's bright, it's a lot of fun, you guys. But you could also, somebody was saying before, I don't remember if it was here or in our free Facebook group, we have I think it's almost 18,000, I want to say, members over in our free Facebook group, Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes. I can't remember if it was here or there. We were talking about making your own marble runs. And with a little PVC pipe and some magnets or something, you could easily make your own like marble run on like an oil drip pan or some magnetic surface, and they could roll the beads through there. I mean, that would be a super inexpensive way to do it. You don't have to buy a $20 marble run. Julie says last year her kids were fascinated when we did an experiment to see what would happen if we left the beads on the windowsill. They were amazed at how small they became when they were dehydrated. Absolutely. We had some little water beads stuck in the bottom of this bin when we opened it up to use it for the marble run. They were leftover beads from another activity we did, and I didn't clean it out really well because I knew we were just putting more marble water beads in there, but the ones that were in there had dried up, and so they were taking them out and going, why did that happen? It was a really great opportunity, a learning teachable moment. How many kids play with it, and do they each get a baster? That's up to you. This is not a humongous tub. I would say 4. I didn't have more than 4 kids here. And I would say they each get a baster, otherwise they're going to fight. And it's such great fine motor practice because they have to squeeze that baster really well to get that water in there. Could you just use colored water? You could. I found that the little, that was from Anne Marie, the little wheel and stuff, they don't go when you're just doing the water, but totally, yeah, just the water is fine too. If you can't use water beads, the water is perfectly fine. I would take out the wheels though, just so they don't get frustrated, going, why aren't the wheels spinning? Because the wheels are off the ramp a little bit, and they're designed to be triggered by when the marble goes down. Donna says, going in my lesson plans for next week. Oh, this would be great for a summer program, Doreen, you're right. Connie said she had something similar. Hey, Rachel, you're welcome to join in. This would be super fun anywhere for any kids. Just know that the water beads, you have to closely supervise your kids with them if they're little. Like you said, yours is 2. Just keep a really close eye, because if they put anything in their mouth, water beads are not okay to be ingested because they're a super absorbent polymer, which means they absorb liquid. And we know that the human body is mostly made of water, right? So the water beads, we don't want them to grow inside the child. So that would be very dangerous. Oh, a fishnet. I missed that one. I'll have to go back and see what the fishnet was about. Oh, maybe to keep the marbles from bouncing. Yeah, like the net underneath the tightrope walkers, kind of like that. That might work. You're always going to have some on the floor, though. That's just the nature of water beads. So, but I will say that the look on their face was worth picking up the water beads off the floor, and I made them do it. So I did get a few squished on my shoe. That's okay. That's if the only bad thing that happened to me today was that I got 2 water beads squished on my shoe in preschool, that would be a good day, okay? And if you're on our free Facebook group, Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes, you know that would be a good day, because there's all kinds of things that go on in preschool that can drive you nuts. And I'll take a few squished water beads over some of the things that could happen in preschool any day. A fishnet to gather the ones in the bottom of the bin. Oh yeah, totally. Neat idea. Yeah. Because they're when they pick them up, sometimes that happens that they will squish them on accident. So I was doing this with children of a bunch of different ages, and we had some of our first graders squish them. So and it was an accident. I mean, I've squished them on accident. I have nails, and so I was picking one up and my nail pierced one, and it just crumbled into like Jello. And that's what they said. It's like Jello. I was like, yes. And we know Jello is very fragile, so be careful with it. Hey, Jen is here from the Teaching Tribe. So there's a lot of Teaching Tribe members in the house. Hey, guys. I have a surprise for you in the vault. The public can get it too over in Pre-K Pages. Oh, it's the name cards. If you haven't seen this yet, definitely you're going to want to check it out. These I made these little ones to as a demo, but you can make them full size or little ones like this. And so it's an editable document. It's one of my fancy fillable form documents that all you have to do is type your kids' names into the class list. You press the magic wand and the names will fill in automatically. You choose the color. There are 7 colors to choose from for borders on your name cards, and somebody in the tribe requested rainbow, so there we have rainbow cards.
Can you flip the screen around so it's...
Oh, yeah, it's backwards. I'm sorry. Oh, nope, that's the wrong Vanessa. There we go. So somebody in the tribe requested rainbow cards. So we have those as well. So there's 7 different colors to choose from. So you've got red, green, blue, orange, you name it. And then another thing we have in this document is the ability to add picture cues. So if you want to associate your kids' names with a picture cue, you can do that as well in this editable document. And we have step-by-step directions to help you do that. So if you just want straight up name cards for whatever you want to use them for, whether that's cubbies or attendance or question of the day or whatever it is that you have that you want to use name cards for, a name wall, you name it. All you have to do is type their names into the class list once, hit the magic wand, or you choose your color, then hit the magic wand, and you have instant name cards. If you want to add the little symbol, that's another step, but it's totally doable. So that there's 3 symbols for each letter of the alphabet. So if you have 2 kids that start with M or whatever, there's other symbols you can choose from. So this is Gabrielle. He starts with gum, gum. This is David. He's got a duck. This is they're stuck together. This is Penny. She has a pencil. This is Emma. She has an elephant. This is Henry, and he has a heart. So the picture cue also goes with the sound and the first letter of their name. Kaylee has a kite. Reagan has a rainbow. You can also change the color and the size of the font. So if you want the names to be larger, you can do that. And if you want the image to be larger, as long as it fits within the box, you can do that as well. Braden is the B. So we have, it's all just an autofill doc. So you type their names in once, hit the magic wand, and it's all done for you. Pick the color. So we have 7 different colors to choose from. If you're a member of the teaching tribe, this is in the vault right now. You can go and grab it. And if you're not a member of the teaching tribe, that's okay, because you can still get it in my store, and Tom will drop, I think there's a link in the description as well. Tom will drop a link to it for you too. So you can go and grab that. So this basically, you could totally do this in Word or PowerPoint, but the feature of the appeal of this is that it is a super time saver. So you only have to type the kids' names once, choose your color, hit the wand, and it's done for you. So if you don't want to sit there and type each child's name and input all of the clip art and all that, and you want to save time, because somebody said in the comments, I posted a little video about this. We have a video of how this works. If you want to see the document in action, Tom will drop a link to the video for you below. But somebody said, my time is money. And I was like, absolutely. If you get paid $8 an hour, and I hope you don't, but if you do, this is less than $8. And it would take you more than an hour to make these really pretty like this for your whole class. So I thought that was a good point somebody had in the comments there. So if you're a member of the tribe, go grab it now. And if you're not, you can grab it in the store. And, this kind of goes along with the clothespin name activity I posted last week. And so we have a whole name series going on here. Eventually I'll have it available as a bundle online for those of you not in the tribe. But in the tribe, you can get them all, plus all of the other I think it's $1,020 worth of printables now that our tribe members have access to, in addition to all of the on-demand video trainings. We call it PD in your PJs, and I'm adding a new one this week. I didn't get to it today, but there'll be another one in there. So I think it'll be like 43 hours worth of professional development. So it's a really good deal. We have lots of exciting announcements about the teaching tribe coming up soon. So that's why you're going to want to be subscribed to my videos here on Pre-K Pages, so that you will know whenever I am live, in case I have any surprises to share with you. Lisa says her kids love the clothespin name activity. That's great. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for all of your help. Donna says her class is the rainbow room, so the rainbow border on the name cards is great. We have a sign-in list too. Oh, the sign-in sheets. So maybe I'm not sure if this is what you're talking about, Connie, but in the last video I did, I had one of the sign-in sheets are coming very soon, and they're in development right now. And I accidentally showed one on screen, and some really observant people were like, "We're gonna get that." That's coming soon, but it will be editable as well, and it will be it's going to be very cool. I'm super excited about it. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you to all of you for coming out tonight. And if you know of anybody who would be interested in watching me have fun with the water bead marble run, then go ahead and either share or tag them or whatever. And let me know in the comments below if you try it out and how it goes with your kids. And I will see you all next time. I'm Vanessa Levin from Pre-K Pages and the Teaching Tribe. Have a great night, guys. Bye.